I believe you have started the new year with full of energy and with a whole bunch of new plans and ideas. In this video, I'd like to tell you 4 things that all successful language learners keep doing to achieve what they want to achieve. And at the later part of this video, I also share with you a small tip that will help you pronounce English in a better way. I'm not sure what plans and projects you have for this year, but as you're watching this video, I guess English is still a roadblock on your way to success. And if that is the case, I hope that overcoming it is one part of your plan for this year. I'm using the word overcoming because I don't like words such as enhance or improve. You may have been improving it for quite long already, haven't you? Learning English is not a long journey, and if you're tired of those improvements or enhancement or enrichment, that's a really good signal. Now I think it's time for you to make a decision which is more venturous or audacious. A decision says you have overcome the language obstacle at a specific point of time that we can see it clearly in the near future, such as by the end of this year or in the middle of the next year, at the time you have been able to hear and speak or even present in English confidently, no matter you're in a meeting with your foreign partners or in a job interview with a multinational corporation. The only one thing which is more important than anything else is your decision. Once you have decided that language is not something that can block you on your way to success, then nothing can stop you. Nothing. For several years, I have been observing many language learners, and I kept wondering why some people can learn faster than others. And I have found that there are 4 things that all successful language learners do. If you're not doing these 4 things, you better do them right now. Number 1, set a goal. Well, it's not new, isn't it? But it's a must. If you don't have a goal, you're not serious. And you need to make sure that your goal must be specific. It must be clear, and this one is important. You must believe in that goal. A goal doesn't make sense if you don't believe in it. Number 2, slice it into small pieces. Make it easy. Make it comfortable. There's a famous question that says, how to eat an elephant? And his famous answer is, just eat it, one bite at a time. You should do the same with your goal. Slice it into smaller goals. Set a specific schedule for each one. It should be so specific that you must be very clear about what you have to do this evening in order to be closer to your goal. And number 3, be ready to face your roadblocks. No matter what kind of goal you are setting for yourself, there will always be obstacles and difficulties. If a journey is too flat, it means the goal you set is mediocre. Big goal always comes along with big obstacles. Your job is to overcome the challenges one by one and stick with it until you achieve your goal. And finally, ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing now getting me closer to my goal? Every time you do something, ask yourself this question. That's a really powerful question. Okay, in the next part, I'm going to share with you a small tip that will help you in pronunciation. Even if you don't have the need to pronounce the same way native speakers do, I still recommend you to spend a portion of your time practicing pronunciation. Why? Because the truth is, as you have better pronunciation, you will have better listening skill. Think about it. If you could speak the same way native speakers do, would you be able to hear them when they speak? Yeah, it is, isn't it? But this is what most people do not pay attention to, because people would normally think, well, I'm not seeking for perfection, or I don't have years living in the US or UK, so it's okay for me not to pronounce well. No, it's not true. Learning pronunciation is about learning a skill. It's not about art, or it's not about talent. If you practice it often enough, you'll be proficient at it. However, more often than not, when you just start out practicing pronunciation, the problem is every time you hear a native speaker produces a new word, you would probably have the feeling of being unclear about what the sound is like. This is absolutely normal because the first time you hear a strange sound, you'll probably experience that feeling. And consequently, you might be tempted to look at the text version of that word, hoping to get a better feeling of how it's pronounced. Even though doing that way may make you feel a bit more confident, but the fact is, looking at the text will likely drive you to pronounce the way which is not really close to the way native speakers do. In other words, the way a word is written may fool you and make you pronounce improperly. The reason is every language has its own way of pronunciation of a certain vowel or consonant. For example, the pronunciation of the consonant G in English, like Google, is slightly different from that of the G in Vietnamese. Or the vowel N in the word man is slightly different from the vowel An in Vietnamese. Therefore, in order to pronounce the way American or English people do, you need to ignore the writing aspect of words. What you should do is to close your eyes, focus into your ears, and to recognize the sound you hear. This is a simple technique that can help you recognize the sound more easily. When you listen to a word, split your listening focus into 3 parts. The first thing to focus into is the consonant of that word. Let's say you're listening to the word change. Focus into the sound ch. You'll find that this sound is similar to the consonant of words like choose or chat or cheer. The second thing to focus into is the vowel of that word. With the word change, this time you try to recognize the sound A. You'll find that this vowel is similar to the vowel of words like gain or rain or lane. And the last thing to focus into is the ending sound of or the final sound of that word. With the word change above, this time you try to recognize the sound J. You'll find that this sound is similar to the ending sound of words like forge or large or badge. By doing so, you'll be able to recognize the whole word more easily. Now, don't think that this is time-consuming. The fact is that English, as well as any other language in the world, has a certain amount of vowels and consonants, and they're repeated over and over again among your vocabulary. Once you spend a certain amount of time practicing them, you will find that your pronunciation skills and listening skills as well will change dramatically. Okay, I have to go now. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, share it with your friends. I hope to see you soon, but until then, take action. Do something to move closer to your goal, because if you want to shine tomorrow, you've got to sparkle today.